Hey guys, I don't know if any of you have your first pageant coming up or just a pageant that you might be looking for some more advice or tips on. I know the pageant system I'm with has one on Saturday that I'm really excited for. But I just wanted to touch base in this video that if it is your first pageant or if you're new or switching pageant systems, um, kind of the structure of what goes on and some tips or things that are good to know, I feel, in preparing for your first pageant. So that being said, the first thing that I want to remind people about is confidence. Confidence is something that can be gained and it can be worked on. It can always improve. That being said, if you're looking around and you see other girls and it's, wow, they're going to win, they're so confident, keep in mind that everybody has their own struggles, everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes looks can be deceiving. And sometimes the people that you think are the most confident aren't always confident, or they're confident in some areas, but they're not as confident in something like talent or something else. So just remember to stay in your own lane. It's okay to look at other contestants and be happy for them. And, oh my God, you did so good. You look so beautiful. That's all okay. But just don't compare yourself to them. Play on your strengths and work on your weaknesses, and never compare what somebody else is doing, because your individuality, sorry about that, and your uniqueness and your personality are all what's really going to matter in these pageants. They're not looking for carbon copies of other contestants. They're looking at you as a contestant and an individual. That being said, the next thing is pageant prep. Me personally, I slowly kind of get a list together of everything that I think I'm going to need for each category a few days before, and then the night before I mark it off as I pack it in my bag, just to make sure that I don't forget anything. And I always remember my pageant prep emergency kit, which is something that I will go over in another video. It just has all your stuff that you might not think to bring, but come very handy if something happens. So my advice in that is to pack it the night before. Your dresses, your costumes, your shoes, your jewelry for each one, anything you may need for your hair. Some people, depending on if they have hair and makeup people or if they don't, sometimes the people bring it, sometimes they ask you to bring it, sometimes you bring it for yourself. So just really think outside the box on what you may need to make sure that nothing is forgotten, especially if you're traveling from kind of like a great distance from where you live. So I also want you to keep in mind that you are being watched by your other contestants, by the judges, by the audience, right from the lineup. So always make sure to be kind and to smile, to clap for other contestants. Always make sure to show that genuine, authentic person that you are. That being said, your mouth is probably going to be pretty sore from all the smiling. So me personally, what I did before my first pageant is I tried to smile as much as I could, just to kind of get those muscles so they're not quite as sore. And again, you can also smile with your eyes at people and show kindness. It doesn't necessarily have to be just a normal smile. So when it comes to the judges in interview, everybody wants to keep eye contact with them, and that is great when you're answering questions. But keep in mind, when you're on stage, depending on how far you are from them and where they're sitting, your eyes could look like they're closed versus wide open. So for me personally, what I do, depending on where I'm standing and where the judges are, I kind of look above their heads just a little bit, like kind of at the eyebrow mark. So I'm still making eye contact, but if people in the audience or photographers are taking pictures of me, my eyes don't look closed. That being said, the interview is one of the most important parts of in my point of view. I feel like be prepared for any question that could come up, and as long as you're answering it, not how you think they want you to answer it, but how you genuinely, authentically want to answer it, you're going to let your personality shine. You're going to show them who you are, And that's really going to shine through in your answers. Beauty walk. So I also want you to keep in mind that beauty walk is something you need to be comfortable with. You don't want to go too fast and you don't want to go too slow. You want to smile and you want to keep eye contact. Now, the thing is you want your personality to shine. So you don't just want to walk from there to the end. You want to do a bit of a turn or a twirl. Show off your personality. Show off what you're wearing. That being said, my best advice is that I will ask my husband or somebody at home to watch and give me feedback and to sometimes record it so I can reflect when I'm watching on what I may want to add or take out, or kind of where I could show off my outfit a little more. That being said, costume is usually the next in line, or outfit of choice. For that, my only advice is it doesn't have to be the same walk as your beauty walk. Really play up to what that costume is or that outfit of choice. And it's okay to have that like stern model look for that. It's okay to maybe be a little fun or whimsical with your walk. You're really showing off that costume or that outfit and what characteristics and personality that outfit has. So sometimes you're really playing to a character. So just keep that in mind and really keep the fact that you want to flatter this outfit just like it is supposed to flatter you. So don't be afraid to really be creative with it, because that is the point of outfit of choice and costume, is to really kind of be unique, show that personality, show what makes you different. Talent, I've talked about this before, and for those of you who may want more information about the talent division, I have done a video on that and I will do more in the future on it. Talent, again, can vary from juggling to comedy to singing to dancing to tons of things. So of course, I personally feel like it's a little more easy to be myself and to kind of lose myself in the moment of talent, because you're showing off something. Like when you're dancing, you're hiding in a way, you're showing yourself through that dance. With me, with vocals, like it's a very comfortable area for me. So I'm able to kind of lose myself in that a little bit and be more authentic and more myself. So with talent, just know that you are sharing your talent, and whether everybody likes it or some people don't, your talent is what's unique to you. It's what you have, so just have confidence in your ability. And, you know, if you're going to push yourself, think about that ahead of time and practice that next level that you want to do ahead of time so that you feel more comfortable on stage and you engage with your audience and the judges as best as you can. Crowning. Now, crowning is something that I want people to remember to, you should be proud of how well you did. Whether that's winning your division or not, be proud, because you got up there and you did it and you worked on your weaknesses and you played to your strengths and you did everything in your power to do the best that you can. And that's something that you should be extremely proud of. That being said, always make sure to smile and clap for your fellow contestants, and don't be afraid to show a reaction. If you're surprised that you won something or you're really happy to win something, you have that right to be happy. You don't have to downplay it. So it is okay to be excited that you won. It is okay to be happy for your fellow contestant, whether you know them or not. So just always smile, always keep eye contact, and make sure to be very, very proud and respecting and generous and kind to those other contestants, because they put in the hard work too, just like you did. And it is very nice to support somebody else And that's what you ultimately would want, is support as well, right? So it's kind of like, pay it forward thing. Always be kind. Always see the beauty in somebody else's efforts that they have put in, and be proud for yourself at the same time, because you deserve it. The last thing that I want to touch base on is photos. So whether you have a photographer there or it's just a family member taking pictures for you, make sure to take as many pictures in as many different areas as you can, because not always are the pictures going to turn out the way you want them to. Make sure to try to be smiling in case there is pictures being taken that you're not quite sure are being taken, and always keep your eyes open. Sometimes that can be hard on stage. So just be mindful that there might be people in the audience, family members or friends or professionals taking pictures, and be prepared for that. The last tip that I have that I personally use is I have my family members and friends, if they're coming, I have them record me, my walk, my interview, everything, so that I can reflect on it later on after the pageant, and I can identify what I need to work on. So that being said, I really hope you guys are ready and you feel prepared for your first or your next pageant. If you have any questions or any tips or comments you think are helpful for me or for yourself or anybody else, please feel free to comment down below and like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week with my pageant day vlog and how it went.